I'm independent. You know it. You love it. You can't live without it. Rockland World Radio.
Oh, of course. No, I want Yeah. All right, we're starting off on a misogynist note right now. That was Michelangelo. Sounding like a misogynist Hitler.
Yeah, I know. I have a propensity to do that.
Now, what's up, everybody? I'm Willis. This is Changing of the Guards.
Harold, how you doing?
Roll call.
I'm Michelangelo. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I'm John Stewart.
Gin and Tonic, what's up?
All right, so basically we're going to start out because now Gin and Tonic has become an official member of the panel. Sorry, my Irish accent comes out in weird ways sometimes.
Yeah, there was probably an audio spike with the clapping, you know.
We got a big desk in the back for you.
Nice. Just remember to speak into the microphone, Stu. All right, so now it was really funny because I think it was, what was our second or third show that you were in the audience?
Yeah.
And you reminded me that you hung out at the lounge. Then I recognized you. And then I said, hey, why don't you come back for the show next week? And I kind of, I often ask myself about the chemistry of, everyone in this show. And I don't know if it's my undaunted, inimitable, and indubitable
any other words ending in
personal
So many syllables.
Personal charisma. Very good. Yes, that was... Look all those adjectives up, people. Or is it just our chemistry, or is it just we're all that good? And I think it's a little bit of all three, but probably more of the first, because I'm awesome. What am I talking about? I hate myself, people. Fuck off, Willis. Anyway, so now that G&T is part of the panel, I'm going to ask her the same question I asked on the first show when it was just the four guards. What was losing your virginity like? And
all right.
How's that story?
It's a really funny story. Like, it doesn't even sound like it should be a real thing, but it's such a real thing. So I was 15. It was a school night. And I was dating a boy, and we were hanging out, and in my mind, like the whole pressure in high school where it's like everybody's got to do it. So I kind of just looked at him. I'm like, hey, let's do it. And he was just like, do what? Do you want to play video games? Do you want to go outside? Like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, let's do it. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm so prepared for this. Like, I'm such a woman now. Like, come on. Like, deflower me already.
At 15?
Yeah, like, I really thought. But
now, did you actually like the guy, or were you
no, he was sweet guy. We dated for, like, a really long time, and, like, it was cool.
Wait, how long did you date?
Like, 2 years, roughly.
So you would...
2 years for a high school relationship.
No, all right.
What?
Wait.
Doesn't that go from junior high to high school?
No,
or?
like, we started dating. At this point, we had been dating for, like, 4 months.
Oh, okay.
And then we ended up dating for, like, 2 years.
Right,
so
right,
a
right,
little
right.
clarification there. Okay. So, yeah, he's kind of just like, well, I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to say no. So, like, we kind of start getting into it, and it's just immediate, like, soul-crushing terror that descends on me. Like, I'm about to have a phallus in my body. I don't know if I I don't know what I signed up for.
You're just picturing all the like World War II films, with bombs dropping down.
Yeah. Like I felt like Nagasaki was about to happen. I was just like, no. Oh my god! So I start to cry. I just immediately just tears.
No, this was before the phallus.
Yeah, before
the Dionysian phallus entered.
Yeah, it was about like 2 centimeters away, and I just like, and he's just like.
You literally started to cry?
Yeah, like I was bald, like there was snot coming out of my face and everything. I was just like, I don't know, I just really like you so much, and I just want to be cool. And, like it was really bad. It was really, really fucking awful.
That's why drinking is like training wheels.
So like, so anyway, he's like, all right, cool, no pressure. I'm gonna go make you some pizza rolls. And set up some Netflix. It's okay. Like everything's gonna be fine.
Wow.
And I'm just like, pizza rolls are cool.
Oh my god.
Like just crying my eyes out. So I finally calmed down, and he's like, obviously, hey, like we really don't have to do this if you don't want to. And
he was
then,
your
like,
age too, right?
He was 16. I was 15.
Okay.
That was
like,
very mature of him.
Yeah, he was like, like it's totally cool, like it's okay, like we can just hang out, like no pressure here. But then at the time I had this very innate rebellious streak towards everything. So if he told me I couldn't do something, I had to do it.
You seem like a pretty rebellious person anyway.
Yeah, got these gauges and these crystals and these chakras and stuff. Fuck the man. But anyway, yeah, so I'm just like, I kind of looked at him and I'm like in my mind, I'm like, so you think I'm a punk ass, is what you're telling me. Like, you think I'm some sort of punk ass.
Oh my god.
And I'm just like...
You were going all over the Kubler-Ross model, like denial, anger, sadness, acceptance.
Not in order either, just all over the place. Like,
it's the Jackson Pollock painting of the Kubler-Ross model.
So, like, I'm like, no, we can totally still make this a thing. I just kind of freaked out. Bless you. And, yeah, so I'm like, it's cool.
Bless you.
Thank you.
So, we get to doing it, we get to going or whatever. Side note, he had these super sick Pokemon sheets that I'll never forget. So fire, so quality. But
did they make him go wandering in the middle of the night looking for a Pikachu?
That's kind of how it happened. Yeah, that's how we started dating.
So
GC in the building.
GC's in the house.
You're missing a good story over here.
Yeah.
He knows the story actually.
Oh, he knows.
He knows the story.
Wait, so did you guys aim for the Vileplume?
Hey guys, what's up?
What's up, GC? Gin and tonic's in the middle of a story.
All right.
He was like as it was going in, Metapod used Harden.
All right, now you guys are getting too esoteric for me.
Well, I think they propagated Bolasso.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Pokemon Stadium.
See, now we're getting a little bit too referential here.
Okay,
sit on the couch.
I'm gonna take a nap. I'm done for the day.
Like
after using all those adjectives.
So many syllables. So like it's happening or whatever.
Oh, okay.
We hear the fatal knock on the door. The fatal knock on the door.
How long was it going on for?
Like a solid 15 minutes or so. So,
oh, okay.
The fatal knock on the door. Now, his grandmother, he lives with his grandmother. His grandmother's like a 4-foot, terrifying old Jamaican woman.
Oh, okay.
So,
I was going to ask what nationality was he, just out of curiosity.
Easily the scariest woman I've ever met in my life.
Is this your virginity story?
Yeah!
Oh,
yeah!
Okay.
So, he's just like super calm. Like, this has totally happened to him before. So he's like, all right, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to just stand behind the door. Here's a towel. You're going to put that on your body. You're just going to stand there for a minute. So, like, I don't know why, but
behind the door, so when she opens it, you're just sitting there.
Yeah. I don't just
like a damsel in a.
I have no idea. No idea. So for some reason, I opted to face the wall rather than like looking to see what's happening because I thought, okay, if I can't see her, she won't know I'm here. Like if I just don't breathe, she won't know I'm here. So like I'm just staring at
even
this
though you
wall.
must have been panting from like you just had 15 minutes of sex for the first time.
Rational. Nothing about it was rational.
Damn.
So like I'm standing there and I'm like just contemplating, what am I gonna put in my will? Who's getting all of my shit? Like,
does she have a Bible in her hand?
Yeah, like I don't know what's gonna go down. So I hear him kind of shuffling around and like doing stuff, and so he just kind of casually opens the door. He's like, "Hey, Grams, what's up?" and she's kind of like, hey, so what you doing? What's going on in here?
Oh, God.
And then,
like Boys in the Hood, she smelled the sex in the room.
yeah, it was like, I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. I have school tomorrow. I have sign language in first period. I don't want to go out like this, man.
Oh, man.
So, like, they're talking or whatever, and there's like a brief pause, and she's kind of just like, oh, okay. And then she just walks out. And then he just closes the door, and I turn around, and somehow within the span of 30 seconds, he like kind of fixed his bed up, and he pulled out a box of tissues and a bottle of Lubriderm, and he put porn on the TV. So, shit you not, I swear, on like, I don't really own too many things, but all of those 5 things that I own totally happened. So I'm just kind of sitting there like,
that is fucking ingenious.
so I'm just like,
holy shit. Holy shit!
He was 16?
he was 16!
That is one of the fastest thinking. He should be working for the fucking CIA.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing now, but God, I really hope he's a doctor or something. Because I was just speechless, and he's just looking at me like, what? Do you want more pizza rolls? Do you want to keep doing it? Like, what? Like, we're good now.
That
I'm
is
just like,
fucking brilliant.
yeah.
But then again, I wouldn't want him to be a doctor because, like, you know, I wouldn't want somebody waking up from an. So did you take care of my heart? No. What's behind your back? Spleen.
Maybe. I really know.
If I was the guy,
He'll make a spleen look like a heart beating.
if I was like the guy in the story and this was like my first sexual experience, I would have like jumped out the window.
I know.
Like a 5-story
I didn't know what to
Just
do.
like a
I didn't
Bruce
know what to
Springsteen
do.
song.
I
Let's
was
just go.
like, oh my God. Like,
Baby, we were born to run.
Just like drop everything. Like nope, I'm done. Bye.
it was
Peace out.
so funny.
have to
So
be
funny. That man is... I don't know.
Hold on with
high school,
the
middle
best
school.
story.
The thing is about that story is that situation, it wouldn't work for me because even porn is just like what.
Yeah,
you'd
you'd end up
I
in
guess
some
like-
Reformation school.
I don't
I'd get in
know.
trouble for porn than having somebody at my house. that I
Yeah,
get in
No,
trouble
on a
for.
school night. It was a Tuesday
See?
night. We're in high school.
And which is
like,
why he thought fast. He's like, fuck this. I'm not getting in trouble. She's
I
not
don't
getting
want
in
to
trouble.
die. I don't want her to die. Like,
What do you just like? I could see the dude like all quick squirting like Lubriderm into the tissues. 1, 2, 3, like it's a fucking process
it was, like,
line.
the shuffling and like the clicking of the buttons for the PlayStation. It was crazy. It was
Yo,
crazy.
it is
So like.
crazy what you gotta say, but
So long story short, we didn't finish. We had a whole conversation about it. He's like, okay, so how do you like feel? Like, you know, aside from my grandmother almost like murdering you, like, you know, like how was it? And I'm like, you know, it was cool, it was okay. And then the next morning,
Did either one of you get to finish?
nah.
No.
But
That kind of
second time?
that sucked the energy out of the room.
Yeah, first time was really weird. Second time was fucking awesome. So like, you know, yeah, tit for tat. And
Oh,
then-
so it balanced itself out.
Yeah.
Usually women's stories are a
yeah,
nightmare.
Yeah, and then I went to school the next day, like, wearing his clothes because I slept over, and then, like, everyone kind of just looked at me like, oh, bitch, you did it. You did it. You finally fucking did it.
See,
and I'm just like...
I'm like building myself up to the point where it's like I finally lose my virginity. It's like if anybody were to even come within like a 5-kilometer radius, they would set up like freaking sock traps and shit.
Right.
You're not getting out of this until I finish, okay?
Yeah, you want to go like to Alaska or some place like Timothy Treadwell. Like if
yeah.
somebody's gonna stop this, it's gonna be a grizzly bear eating me.
Basically.
Oh,
But that sounds embarrassing. Did I ever tell you guys of the really embarrassing, my most embarrassing getting laid story?
no. That's right. Wait.
I might have told you guys, but I don't think I told a couple of you guys, but I don't think I ever told it on radio.
On air.
But I had my this was after my necrophilia experience in the graveyard. By the way, I don't think you heard that first show, but I made a joke. I actually lost my virginity in a graveyard after 2 40s of Old English when I was 15.
well, did you lose it to a corpse?
No, I actually, it was an actual
Just-
person.
Did you, like-
But the joke was digging the corpse up was fine, but getting the body back in was a hell of a
You
job.
should have like taken like a skull out of the graveyard as you're fucking like, alas, poor Yorick.
She looked like this.
Yes, just like one of the bad guys from Karate Kid, exactly.
Hashtag why.
All right, but anyway,
I think
but
she's kind of cute.
Yeah,
unpopular opinion? I don't know, man.
you know, in a Johnny Depp sort of way.
Yeah.
But anyway, but my most embarrassing story was, I think I was about 16 years old, and I had moved in with my father and his wife, and what was I? Yeah, 16 or 17, and it was my first real like sexual girlfriend, like where we had sex. You know, I had a girlfriend in 8th grade, and you finger
But it
pop.
was the
and
kind of like, you know, tween, like, I'm gonna send you like notes under the desk or something kind of romance, not like
in high school? No,
not high school. And like, I'm talking about the
No, 8th grade. 8th grade. She was pretty raw. She got pregnant in 9th grade.
Oh shit!
But all she wanted to do, was have a kid. But anyway, that's an
motivation.
She
Yeah.
was like the type to like poke holes in the condom, like that kind of psycho.
Yeah, she would. Well, that's why I didn't have sex with her. I remember.
today.
I remembered.
Getting that shot like 36 chances.
36 chambers of death.
It's like
No, but,
watching
all right.
Roulette.
So I move in with. My father moves in, and a year later I'm there. And I have this like they kind of like made my own apartment for me downstairs by the driveway. So yeah, I'm with this girl. She was a white girl, obviously, because you'll figure that out by the end of this story. But we're on my couch, and the couch kind of like when you open the door, the couch is against the wall, and you know, and the TV's over here. So if you open the door, you're just looking, you know, at the couch. And so we're watching like Casino or something like that.
Dope.
And she was riding me, and we're having an amazing time. And then suddenly the door swings open, and she just gets right. Like, you know, her head gets right on my right shoulder, and she buries her face in it, and I pull the blanket over her, so you just see our two heads. And it turns out it's my father.
Oh.
And he just sits there.
That's not the funniest part, but
The most
He just sits there, and he's staring for like a good 5 to 10 seconds, which felt like 15 fucking years. And until the point where I said, "Dad, what the fuck are you doing?" And then he went, "Oh, I'm sorry." And then he shuts the door.
You didn't say anything?
Didn't say a word. So I'm, you know, a perverted man like me, I'm just like, let's just keep going. Let's just, you know, and she's just like, no, that was like the weirdest thing that ever happened to me. Can you please figure out why he sat there and watched us like that?
He was waiting for you to finish.
Yeah.
Proud of you, son.
you can do it, son.
Fist bump.
So I go, all right.
Remember this story.
So I go, all right, fine. So I put a robe on, and I go outside, and he's like washing his golf clubs by the trunk. Which is a Groucho Marx innuendo in itself, everybody. And I go up to him and I go, "Dad, what the fuck was that?" And he goes, "I thought it was your sister."
No punchline. The punchline.
I can understand why he's scared.
It don't make sense now, right?
Like, wait a minute. Who the fuck?
Right. Should I wait? Did I just walk in on some Caligula down here? Like, what the fuck?
God, my kidneys now.
Oh God, yeah. So and my father's such a sweet man, and just like the fact that, and he's like just and the fact that he handled it that way, I just thought it was the funniest thing. And then he got me a box of condoms because he felt bad. He's like, "You're protecting yourself, right? Because I don't want this bitch to get pregnant." He didn't call her a bitch.
But still, yeah.
Wow, that's. I thought it was your sister. You know what's funny? I feel like I would be that type of parent because I'd probably be stoned out of my mind. Like, oh, let me just check on my son and see what he's doing. Wait.
Right.
That shit, I would have to check her room, too.
I thought he was gonna start going. Woof, 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 woof.
You did it. You did it. I've never been so proud of you.
Doing the commentary like Howard Cosell. So my son's going up for the second round.
Like the Rocky music.
And
in
he's
the
going
background.
around second base. Oh, he's hitting hard.
like a Meatloaf song.
Oh, he's running for row.
I'm waving him in. I'm waving him in.
Like Mike Piazza.
Good. She is
Lord.
riding hard, ladies and gentlemen, and he is sitting there like a champion jockey.
He's a champion cock jockey. Is what he is.
Oh
Oh
God.
man.
It looks like he's going for the long ball. It's going.
Oh, insane.
As he's coming to the end of the finish line is coming down to number 24, starting over. She's there. Ladies and gentlemen, he is arriving. And
He
she
is the one. American Pharaoh.
Oh,
He has drawn the rock from the sword, or the sword from the rock. What, like a bag of cocaine?
That or a dirty baby.
Oh, like there you go,
I
like
thought that was a
home.
bag of blow too. I was like, where's the correlation there?
Where's the fucking blow?
You should have. John Stewart just showed a picture of a dirty home base, but
I got so excited
think,
when I reached second base, though. That was like, you know, I was proud of that.
but touching a tit.
Yeah.
I touched a tit. That's a Louis C.K.
That
song.
was I think in February or March, something like that.
Wow.
I mean, boobs are pretty tight.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun. That was
I
fun.
like the B cups.
Would do again.
B cups are fantastic.
I don't have any preference. In fact, like it's funny. I've been chasing ass for the last 7 years, and I might go through a tit phase. Oh yeah, of course.
But I mean,
My
like
thing
for now,
Top heavy's weird.
for now, I'm
Yeah,
really
it is.
limited to using my hand, and this I think is a great segue into one of the things that I really wanted to talk about. I have a friend of mine who's like the sweetest guy, and everybody I know loves him, and he's like, you know, awesome, amazing. Went to see Star Trek with him last night, and he has these younger brothers.
How
that
was
are
it?
like- it was good. It was really good.
Good. Okay.
2 thumbs up your ass.
Yeah. Roger Ebert. You know.
Get it up there.
I mean, I know you like Siskel more, but you know. No, but he has a bunch of younger brothers that are like little demon shitheads. No, they are. They're like little hellions, all of them. and yesterday, I went to visit my grandparents and saw them for the first time in almost a year. You know, they're really happy to see me. They're really getting up there in age, but you know, had a really nice time. I came back from there, and as soon as I get home, I get this random out of context Facebook message from one of this guy's brothers, and it's a 3-hour-long video basically saying about how wasting your seed, which is, you know, euphemism for jerking off, creates a perpetual cycle
Is it?
of hell. Yeah.
I get the innuendo. I'm Groucho Marx.
It creates a perpetual cycle of hell. And what I wanted to say to him, I didn't say this to him, but I wanted to say, well, you know, if you're sending this to me, then you should know that I'm like in the 7th circle of hell right now. I'm like fucking Judas in the ice pit. That's how
It's
much
awesome because I'm reading Dante's Inferno right now for the first time. So like all of these references, I'm like, yeah, dude.
How
So great.
apropos.
It's
Yeah,
so
no, it's a good
dramatic,
read.
but so good. So good. So good.
But I really wanted to talk about this because I get really frustrated when I hear people talk about this kind of thing like the way they do. I asked him, is there any particular reason?
Well, mind you, all right, this guy, about 6 months ago, when I was still working at the lounge, this guy's the youngest brother.
No, he's the second oldest.
No, he came into the lounge and he was like, yo, do you want to hear some crazy shit? My brother was just in a like 10-car French Connection Blues Brother type car chase with...
Same guy.
Yeah, like 20 fucking cops on his motorcycle.
Whoa.
He loses them. There's like a bunch of like crazy accidents behind him, like French Connection, like I'm talking about.
Whoa.
And he ends up losing them, going into the woods, finishing all the drugs he had on him, and then turning himself in. And this was like in North Carolina.
This is the same guy who sent me this video.
Yes. So it's like
Wait, so they let him
he
off?
obviously
Yeah, they let him off the hook.
well he obviously went from a crazy liberal radical to like a crazy conservative reactionary. Basically, it sounds
Wait,
like
who is this person?
because he can't. I feel like
can't
most of these
divulge
people.
who it is on air.
Yeah, we can't talk about.
But
We don't mention
it's,
names.
It's a close friend of mine's younger brother. That's who it is.
I know them. I know everybody except for the good guy.
Yeah, people here know who I'm talking about, but I mean, I can't.
You guys would know who we were talking about
So
if you
that
saw
means that
pictures.
He did like one of those SpongeBob chases where everybody's like getting destroyed right behind him, and then he's just driving like an idiot.
All right, dumb it down for the younger people, John Stewart. French Connection is too. is too.
okay.
Yeah, it's beyond your time.
You know.
Wow, that's
But
wild.
I mean, look, the person, it's himself doesn't really matter. Although it is nice to have the context that he was like this crazy motherfucker.
Yeah, he was. Like I said, it's that's a really interesting thing because I know these people who because I'm a big drinker, guys. Everybody, all of you know that.
Okay.
We're all big drinkers, but it's weird when you kind of like hang out with that one friend who's like, "Oh no, man, I'm on the wagon, I can't," and you're like, "Oh, come on," and then after like one sip, they just suddenly become the craziest people in the world. It's a snap,
Yeah.
and
That
it's like.
shit is interesting.
Well, to me,
That shit is
it's
funny
it's
as hell.
interesting until the cops come and you have to explain that he's a really nice guy, but the
I was
reason
addicted
why.
and they made him drink. Sorry.
But it's like these people, like immediately, it's like they have to surrender their free will, and because they can't do what they want to do, they make everybody else feel bad
Well,
about
I mean,
it.
that's what inhibition and repression does to a person, and I'm glad that this all sort of ties in. But it's like a pressurized bottle. You shake that bottle enough, and there's a cork on it. You unload the cork, boom, just
Right.
shoots out of there. And I mean, look, that was how I was a lot when I was a teenager. I
That
was
shaking
told
bottle.
in high school and by everyone in the environment around me that masturbation is like this horrible sin and
It's
you're
so
going
fun.
to hell.
Mhm.
It is
It's so fun.
fantastic.
It's so
Oh,
peaceful.
what a relief
Like if
and
you have
release.
snacks afterwards,
Like-
it's
Yeah,
such a
it's-
nice
My
thing.
favorite is the Woody Allen quote, "Hey, don't knock masturbation. It's sex with somebody I truly love."
Ah,
It definitely
Too
is.
real.
My
It's like-
shelf.
too real.
Yup.
I just want to tell these people, like, mind your own fucking business. Like,
Seriously.
what I choose to do in the privacy of my own.
You should have sent him the
bedroom-
news story of him running amok in North Carolina.
Yeah,
And like,
yeah,
why
that's
don't
what
you
I-
study this, motherfucker?
That's what I
Tell
should
me
have
how
done.
you really feel.
And it's like it's this 3-hour long video. Obviously, I didn't watch it, but like, how do you really need 3 fucking hours to get across your point that you think masturbation is bad?
If I had a blunt, I'd definitely watch it. And just be like,
I thought they would just be like, y'all some dumb
That's
motherfuckers.
interesting.
To be on that same
Damn, that's some that's
I'd have a
Maybe-
porn
yeah, just
window,
a split
like,
screen, just porn and that going at the same
with the
time.
blunt.
Just let them run like the Republicans and the Democrats and see who wins.
Maybe as a practical joke, we could put that on for like a Changing of the Guards movie night.
But it's interesting that you bring that up because
Just
it kind
put
of-
Caligula and Fox News on and just let them run together.
Yeah, let them run simultaneously.
Sorry, GNT,
But,
go ahead.
Yeah, go.
It's interesting that you bring that up because I remember you asked me like if I felt comfortable talking about my sexuality.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
and
no-
this actually ties into that.
I was
because-
wondering about this, and yeah, I was because I kind of wanted to set it up in a way where so the guy, that story sounds really cool. What eventually made you? Because usually,
There's a shift in tide.
well, there's like oh my god, I'm never doing that again. Fuck dicks.
Oh no.
I'm writing dicks off for the rest of my
There's a
life.
shift in perspective. Yeah.
All right. Well, just to kind of give some backstory and like a proper explanation. Well, just to clarify, I identify as bisexual. And as a kid, I remember like thinking, okay, well,
What was
you
the
know,
first thing you were attracted to?
the first thing I was attracted to was girls. I had a neighbor actually.
How old were you?
And I was like 9 or 10. And her name was actually Miss Parker, which was really funny. For
Ain't it?
anyone who's seen Friday,
Friday.
hey, Miss Parker.
Miss Parker.
Like, that's
Oh
how
my
I felt.
God.
I almost was like, wow, this lady's really pretty, but not in the way that, like, I think flowers are pretty. Like, I kind of want to put my face in her chest pretty. I don't know what this means. I don't know how I feel about this, but, like, my mom was, like, really into, like, church and stuff. Like, my mom's, like, a Southern Baptist and stuff. So, like, I would go to church and just, like, kind of figure out on my own accord that, hey, remember Miss Parker? You gotta forget all the fuck about that. You can't do any of that. No, 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 no. So it was a lot of, like, repression and stuff.
And we want some, it's really warm.
From, like, that side of me. But, like, I was still into dudes. I'm like, okay, well, dudes are cool. Like, you know, we can play Yu-Gi-Oh! Together, and, like, I kind of want to kiss you sometimes. Like, that's okay.
Right.
Whatever. So, like, yeah, but it was always this one side that I felt I could never truly express. But then, when I got older, and with the guy that I lost my virginity to, we broke up and we were on and off a lot. So the first time we broke up, I don't know what it was, but it was like this massive paradigm shift within me when I was just like, boobies. That's all I want. That is the only thing that I want. And I think that kind of came from a place of anger, like, fuck men too. But I'm like, okay.
So did you guys have a vitriolic breakup?
Yeah,
Was it acrimonious?
It was so many syllables.
With the syllables.
All the syllables. I mean, it wasn't.
Sorry, I studied literature, guys. I mean, I hope you did too.
You probably did take the skull out of that graveyard.
What, and get some weird Crowleyan powers of vocabulary?
You might as well.
No, but I mean, like, with that breakup, it was a very, like, tumultuous, ugly breakup because he had, like, that whole tortured music
they usually
thing going
are.
on. Yeah, and he had, like, a super wicked drug problem, and it was bad. It was really rough. It was really.
That's what they did to him, huh?
It was really, really rough.
First time.
It was
But
cool.
my first really serious breakup, I just I drank as much then as I am now after this breakup. And they're never easy. But,
never easy. But that was like my first, like, that was like the thing that introduced me to what a breakup is.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, I don't want any of this ever again. I don't want what you're selling, Cupid. I don't like that.
Right.
So I kind of started to not necessarily act out. Actually, no, I was acting out. I was an asshole. I was an asshole to every single girl that I encountered. Like, I was the worst type of person. Like, hey, so by the way, I fucked your sister before this.
Oh my God.
You know, call me.
Yeah, Gina's a savage.
I used to be a really shitty human being.
We all had those stages.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, like, but it was just really unnecessary and very, like, just radical.
I remember after my first breakup, I just got drunk on whiskey and tried to fight all my friends. We would just be hanging out, and I'd be like, "Let's fight! Fuck you!"
You know what? I can actually relate. To
Hold
that
on, I interrupted her. But go
I
ahead.
can relate to that in my own way because when I turned 18,
You went from 2 times a day to 4 times a day?
Really gonna treat myself now.
It wasn't in that sort of way where I was gonna be like, oh, I'm just gonna do every bad thing in the book, but or quote unquote bad thing, bad thing religiously speaking. But when I turned 18 and I was just totally disenfranchised from anything having to do with like religion, I felt like I started acting out in that way too, like. But I mean, it was justified. I mean, okay, maybe. You know, telling somebody like I fucked your sister isn't.
No, not cool. Never.
Not cool.
No.
But you would have if you could have.
But it's like I understand. I understand where that comes from because when you've been repressed by the environment around you for so long,
yeah, it's rebellion. Hey,
that kind of reaction is just something that naturally because they're repressing your natural instinct. It's just your biology. It's like I don't wake up in the morning and decide and look at some attractive woman and be like, should I be attracted to her or am I not interested? Like, I don't really know. It's just like my natural biology. I see,
your second brain tells your first brain.
I'm like,
I'm going up.
Yeah, like that is nice. I want to put my
ahoy, matey.
It's natural. It's biology, and people try
hoist the jib.
And people try to shame they try to shame that out of you. Like, no, that's
try
right.
to demonize the person that you really are, and it's just
and you want to know what? I'm very fortunate that in society, my sexuality is not, repressed by the larger culture around me. I mean, there is like a period of time where, you get married, and you have a wife and you screw her. So
and that's it.
And that's really it. I felt that way with masturbation because that was the only sexual outlet that I had, and that was being shamed and repressed. But I mean, when you have like gay people or bisexual people or whatever, where that isn't the standard sort of what's the word I'm looking for? You're good with syllables.
Come on.
The standard.
What about the syllables, man?
Nomenclature? I mean, I don't know. What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't think nomenclature is the word, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It's not the
status quo.
It's not the status
we
quo.
go.
It's not the cultural standard, and it's repressed on a much wider scale.
It's because they're taught the old ways. Just I don't want to say it like this, but Old Testament versus the New Testament. How much of it are you going to follow? How much of it are you going to keep with you on both versions?
I mean,
Well, he's strictly
I'm
Old
really,
Testament.
my mother is like really bizarre when it comes to this stuff because she's like the super. She acts like super religious even though she doesn't keep the Shabbat, which is like the main thing that religious Jews are supposed to keep. And she keeps kosher, and she wants everybody to like keep a kosher house and wear a yarmulke around the house. But she was like, "Oh, if you brought a dude home, I wouldn't care," and like that would be.
Really?
I'm really happy
Wow.
that that's the case.
No, let's go home.
I mean, let's not go too far,
Hi, Mrs. Michelangelo.
I mean, no. I think it would depend on the dude. Like, if I brought home like some small, tiny
he better
little...
be rich. He better dress fancy. He better wear gowns too. Otherwise, you have to send him back out of here.
But I mean,
You just sounded like Rorschach from Welcome Back, Kotter.
but I mean,
Mr. Kotter.
I mean, like the wider religious culture around me wouldn't accept me. They would cast me out. I don't know how my father would react. He's very super religious. I don't know if he would react that way if I came out to him, even though I'm not gay.
I got a friend named JK. He's perfect for you. So perfect for you, Michael.
I want to put them in the
Angela.
same room and just let them have like a dialogue about this. Because
What, JK and your father?
they're so
See if
far
he can get it in?
removed. They're so far removed from having that sort of common ground because he has the kind of attitude, unfortunately, that the gay lifestyle is just not acceptable, and people feel that way about homosexuals. They feel that way about masturbation, and I'm just like, mind your own business. It's not as long as it's between two consenting adults, or it's not hurting anyone, and it's in the privacy of your own bedroom. Like, who fucking cares?
man, like let your
If you
freak
wanna be
flag
miserable-
fly.
And you want to know what? If God has a problem with it, then tell him to go fuck himself. Like, for real. God created this shit. He created asses and boobs and dicks. He's the biggest pervert of them all.
Stand on the couch. Preach!
Preaches in the choir.
You gotta send that kid this.
But Michael,
And be
I know how you feel though, because I felt that way when Michelle Obama went into the grocery store. I couldn't eat Chinese
When she
food.
banned
And
your food
I'm
from
mad because I think it's a war on fat people. And
My lifestyle is being repressed. I can't eat. I can't stuff my hole with shit all day.
I can't walk around with a jelly roll and not be proud of it. And I can't walk around with a pregnant belly. She's preventing me from eating the
it
Chinese
hurts me
food.
so.
Sorry, that's Stu's theme
I
song.
can't even bring a chubby soda into the school, man.
All right, no, but what Michelangelo was just saying reroutes us back to the last word you said was radical, and the whole phase.
And I mean, it's interesting hearing
your lifestyle.
like this kind of like the same experience from different people and how they deal with it, because my way of dealing with it was essentially, okay, I'm being told I'm a monster for who the fuck I am, so why not embrace that? But with that, I essentially
So he made you feel like you were a monster? He did that?
Oh no! Wait. What are we talking about?
We're talking about.
I was talking about my church.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no! I was talking because he was just talking about
No, it's the same lifestyle.
But I mean, it all ties in because it's
Yeah. But
Okay.
okay,
cultural and
Go ahead.
religious.
But in
repression.
regards to specifically the boyfriend, since I guess that's what we're talking about, it was a mixture of that really awful breakup and all of this, like, you know, just years and years of repression of, like, myself.
Right.
Not even so much with my sexuality, but with other things, like, oh, well, I can't be too nerdy, or I can't be too much of a tomboy, and I have to wear skirts, and I have to fucking shave my legs. Like, Jesus Christ, what do you want from
I feel
me?
so bad
Like,
for women.
I haven't shaved my legs in 6 months, and let me tell you, it is so great. Wore shorts the
I
other
like,
day.
I like shaving
Didn't
my
give a
beard.
damn.
Like, I imagine having to shave my legs. Like, Jesus.
Like, it's a whole leg. It's an entire limb that you have to... Anyway, but I think it was just a mixture of those things.
One leg.
I was so high.
It's so...
That's his milieu.
It's awful. I implore you all one day to just shave one of your legs from, like, the thigh to the ankle and just...
I saw
just
my leg
see-
here from the thigh to the ankle, and I would not like to shave my leg because
It's
no,
awful.
thank you.
Awful.
No,
Awful.
who the fuck would shave your chill?
But it's good to feel like an ape, though.
It's so bad.
To feel like
Heavy
an ape,
legs,
nah.
heavy
To
legs.
trim is a different story, but to shave,
Shaving?
that's a whole
Shaving?
other story.
But we have to.
I mean, the other really bizarre thing about my religion
we have to
is
shave our
that-
face.
That you're not
I
allowed to
don't.
use the shaving cream. You have to use an electric razor.
Wait, why?
You can't use a manual razor?
Wait,
Wait, I thought you weren't supposed to shave at all.
Yeah, that was
It's
part of the
complicated.
thing.
If you don't really have like a full beard, then you're allowed to, or if you have to do it for work, like in case you walk in with like this unkempt, you know.
Yeah.
I never knew.
Like I
that.
walk in here every day.
Yeah.
Well,
But
they look like Jesus.
in general, a lot of them don't shave, and you see that a lot in Evergreen and, you know, stores like in the more religious side of town.
Oh, you trying to set me up for?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm
Oh
doing.
yeah, we were supposed to get to that.
Well, yeah. I mean, I just wanted to ask Michelangelo because I live in a very Hasidic community, and there's this new supermarket that moved in, and before it came in, there were most of the women of the community. You know, at best, I'd say, she's cute in an Anne Frank sort of way. But now it's full of 10s ever since this supermarket came. What the fuck's going on? What's happening, Michelangelo?
Something about produce.
It's the cow shit?
It's the kosher food.
Oh, I thought you said it's the cow shit.
The cow
It sounded
shit.
like cow shit.
We're talking agriculture now. All right. I'm a horticulturist, bitch.
No, it's like
Oh man.
I
Everything's growing in manure, guys, so that was a great joke.
I don't know how much I can say about this over the air, but I was very, very attracted to one of my coworkers for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And every time I used to come into the lounge,
I'm in love with a few girls from the community.
I would come in with all of like my fantasies, like I want to do this and I want to do that and I want to, you know, watch those two coworkers make out while I wash.
Lady, I want to rip this dollar bill over your face.
Yeah, God, yeah.
I want to count.
Yeah, we're
toys
going
on.
back to your first.
Hey, like what I do in the privacy of my own bedroom is my business. Right?
Let your freak flag fly.
Hey, it rises high like.
I'm gonna go home tonight, and I'm gonna jerk off, and I'm
Gonna love it.
Yeah,
Because it's America.
Yeah, that's right. Land of the free and the home of the whatever.
All of the jerks.
Home of the fuck.
No, we're fucked.
Land of the
We're
free,
fucked.
home of the slave.
Who are we kidding? You know, we're totally fucked. You know,
Yeah.
the way things are going right now. I mean, last week I made a Facebook status, and I don't know how much stock people put into that, but I basically said I was quitting politics because I was just
Wait a minute,
so-
hold on a second, though.
Yeah.
Before you do this, I was trying to steer this towards, what was it like the first time you kissed a girl? I'm getting all Howard Stern on her now.
First time
Was it so taboo? Was it so, like, was it erotic and
Honestly?
exotic?
Honestly, this is how it went down. We were walking down to the bodega to get some candy, and she kind of just like, she walked in front of me and she stopped me and she kissed me, and I kissed her back, and she was like,
How long were you guys talking for?
She was like one of my like good childhood friends. I was like 13 or so.
The curiosity. Baby.
Yeah, and then
So
she
that
was-
happened before.
Yeah.
Your first experience was.
Yeah, so I guess that was technically my first remotely sexual experience.
That was your first
ever.
kiss?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like my first kiss. And she was just kind of like, all right. And then we just continued to walk, and I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck? What did you just do? What is this? Like, I mean, that was awesome, but like,
sort of reaction.
what did you?
No, the reaction was the excitement.
Like,
My
what?
God, I don't know what to do.
Like, I was just mind blown and just bamboozled. We never spoke about it again. We just got our candy, went back home. She was like, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. And I'm like, all right, cool. And
You guys are friends to this day?
Nah, she moved to like
Oh,
North
okay.
Carolina or something.
Now, what about the first time you made love to a woman?
You really are like Howard Stern today.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. That's like the only word I can put for it. You shut up, man.
Was it better?
It was more so, well, one, it was way less awkward.
Okay.
Way less awkward. And it was more of like a sensual encounter rather than just like doing something just to get it over with, even though that thing turned out to be
That's
pretty
how I feel
cool.
like about
That's
the
why I
community in
only.
general.
That's why I only watch lesbian porn. Because
Yeah.
men just can't be sensual and passionate. They're just
myself,
violent
yeah.
and frustrated.
Impale.
World War II, 1944.
Type way. Say it in the pornographic type way, not you yourself as a person.
I mean, like,
there's a difference.
Nah.
We'll all understand.
No, I have
that.
lesbian
He
sex with
said
my girlfriends.
Porn for a reason, and if you do porn, I mean, hey, my ninja, go ahead.
I mean, like
'Cause I'll
that's.
do my own,
I feel like
but-
that's.
Yeah, I like watching my own
Yeah.
penis, just not anybody else's.
I feel like that's kind of like the danger of repression too, because.
I mean, wait, question.
Yeah, go ahead.
We'll do
What?
RNC and DNC next week.
Yeah.
because
Well,
we're,
I'll save it.
Why?
I'll save it.
Yeah,
I'm
we
glad I
got
don't have to
9
talk about it
fucking
this week.
minutes.
Why? Wait, why don't you watch like regular porn? Like, what is it that?
I don't
I'll,
watch regular.
I'll
Look,
watch.
Look at the dynamics of it, alright?
Well, one, that
What-
shit's
what do
so
you feel-
unbelievable.
Yeah, that one.
So unbelievable.
What do you feel off of the lesbian porn than straight porn?
The acting is
What-
terrible.
What is the difference? Do you feel like?
Awful.
would
Okay,
you
when I
both
watch,
I learned how to eat pussy from lesbian porn, motherfucker.
True.
I learned through eating fruit, so I'm different.
Well, that works
true.
too. That works too.
Also
But that's what
true.
I'd do. I'd be sitting there with a peach going, ooh, someday.
Soon.
Big Mac,
Remember those?
That works too. That works too.
Proud of who you are, John.
guys, remember those fruit pouches, like the fruit juice pouches?
I'm hungry now.
Oh yeah.
I would practice on those.
Yeah.
Because it was
yeah.
like it was kind of like a triangle, so there's like a slit, like it was like a straight.
I thought it was
circle
different because if it was a
triangle going
tube,
this
you're
way.
practicing something else. Like,
Nah, there was.
Am I right?
What about when you're moving and you have the box?
No, but I know what you're talking about. I know
Right?
exactly what you're talking
You know, it's
about.
like
Yeah.
it's like the Minute Maid things. You know,
See, I never really practiced
Capri
like.
Sun.
I
it's
never-
almost like she got to rip off the top of
Yeah,
those
I
I've
have
never
one
really
actually, very
practiced
delicious.
going down on a girl, like not to sound like a.
Well,
cocky
no,
son
but
of
you
a bitch,
have
But like,
to like.
look,
I feel like
Sometimes you gotta toot your own
you
horn.
have to like if it's your own like I would. I mean, this is a whole nother topic, but if I could practice fellatio in B minor on myself, then I would know exactly what chords to play.
oh, okay.
Playing the skin flute.
So yeah, exactly. So I feel like with women it's the same
Skin
thing. You wouldn't have to
melodically.
practice eating because you know exactly what
Yeah,
you
I'm
want
just like,
to be
okay,
done to
You
you.
do this thing and that thing
I
and
feel
this
like-
thing, and
Right.
like,
I feel
okay.
like one of the really sad things about repression too is that, especially in like that religious community, they only have sex for like procreative purposes.
Which is such
So
a
they're
bummer.
never.
I've heard that.
They're never really even asking themselves like, okay, are we actually enjoying this? Like, is my partner actually?
I've heard some
enjoying
nightmare
this?
stories where they just plow through without being wet, and that's why
Yo,
like
those
lube.
are
They look at
They sell a lot of lube in the.
They have there are like extreme sects of like Hasidim where they look at like rabbi pictures while they're doing it.
Oh yeah. You told me about
I'd be
this.
drier than the Sahara Desert.
If she's like doubting her faith, then she has
gosh.
sex, and when she's having sex with her husband, she doesn't look at her husband. She looks at a picture of her rabbi.
Yeah, there's something like that.
Wow.
Well, that's what you told me.
That's
Yeah,
so
and a lot of like the
suppressive.
quote unquote
Whoa.
myths that were told.
but-
Some of them are true. I mean, not all Hasidim do it, but the whole hole in the
that's
blanket
so
thing.
weird. What about
the-
That is.
Oh,
a
I heard
thing.
that's not
That's the
true. It's
thing?
through
That is a thing.
it's
That
through
does happen.
I heard it's through a glory hole.
Because I heard it's in.
No, it's not
It's through a
glory.
glory.
That's the blanket glory hole.
But
You're
but
still
you wanna
there,
know
but
what?
hey, the glory is through the blanket.
You know what?
Wow.
It might
Glory, glory, hallelujah.
it might as well be because the experience, I would imagine, is
It's
so,
just as shallow.
It's so detached
Right.
from the other person that it's just I just put my penis in here and then a baby comes out. And
That's
sometimes
what the blanket
you know
says,
what?
insert
I'm not afraid because I finally was able to move past that that repression and that religious disenfranchisement I had, and I wasn't afraid to ask myself like difficult questions like, am I good? Like, I mean, I obviously can't know that unless I ask somebody, but am I good? Like, do I?
Let's go to your house.
I'll let you
I want to meet your mom.
Yeah, like I want to make my partner feel good. I want it to be an intimate experience. I don't want it to just be like, okay, baby, like let's fuck, let's have a baby, and that's it. And it's and that's what
God, your mother must be like, what's this Vaseline doing in between the couch cushions?
Why is this here?
My question is,
I mean, like I practice. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people do, but you have to be comfortable enough with yourself to admit that, like you have those kinds of reservations.
Yeah.
With
I think GNC had a question.
Yeah, GC, we haven't heard much from you today.
yeah. So
Sorry, you're not a lesbian.
Where is the?
Holding his tits, double A negative.
double A negative.
Double A negatives.
So I mean, the whole glory hole thing. It makes me wonder because I feel like sex is there's a small part of sex is there's a love kind of in there.
Nah,
Like,
it's
not.
No, there is.
There
it's
is.
lust too.
Yeah.
Sure, but you could get those confused.
For a glory hole, definitely.
So I feel like is it harder to experience love if you're fucking through a glory hole?
Well, don't glory holes come from the truck stop bathrooms? Isn't that the original
The
place
whole-
where it was? And
yeah.
it's because
No,
of
like
the
the whole
shame
in the blanket
of
thing,
homosexuality in America?
Wait, are you
The whole-
asking that because there's such a detachment in the sexual aspect, if
Yeah.
it's harder
There
to
is.
experience romantic love?
Exactly.
Okay.
There
But
is-
like I said, I think
that-
that came from like shame in a repressive puritanical American
That wasn't
culture.
necessarily what I was trying to say, but I was kind of using that as a metaphor
Right.
for like the detachment that people feel when they have that sort of repression.
Right.
Right.
Well, that's what.
Okay.
But that's why truck stop bathrooms started having glory holes
Is
because
that-
of the repression of the puritanical kind of way America is and the culture, and being homosexual is bad. So I'm gonna sit there on a shitter, and then a penis is gonna pop
It's
out of
that,
nowhere, and I
and
can go,
it's
"Ooh, this is
also-
private, and I get to suck a penis."
yay!
It's also, like, who cares? Like, fucking,
If that voice came out on the other side,
I'll be okay.
I am yanking my dick out of there.
Is that where Sonic the Hedgehog?
No.
Is that where Sonic the Hedgehog got his voice?
I feel like I'm
From
gonna
a glory hole?
hear like the whirring of a chainsaw.
also, in the same process, those people are fucking brave.
Yeah, you don't know what's
I
going
would
on
not
there.
put my shit through a hole and expect God to come say, hey, well,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm gonna give somebody syphilis free, HIV free, and AIDS, STD free.
Like,
for
Jesus
you to
is
get
not
off.
But this
taking
is
the
like
wheel.
this is like probably in the 40s and 50s. So
still, that shit was on the
and
rise,
now
man.
the fact that it's in pornography is because a lot of men who are detached from their own kind of from women, they don't know how to get along with women. They sort of see sex as a detached sort of thing. So, it's just like, oh, look at this hoe sucking it through the glory hole. it's like it's America's fixation with hoes.
If I could be like devil's advocate here.
Wait, what were you saying?
Also, since it's important too, like it's another way of trying to like sum it down for them a little bit more. Like, you don't have to be too ashamed now because this is the norm now.
And I will also say that
it's so degrading,
women also do sometimes crave that sense of depravity in sex. Like, it's not that I always want you to, scatter the rose petals and pop the champagne and just tell me how fucking flawless
I hear it from
like sometimes
a lot of women. Sometimes like getting their hair pulled and whatever.
Yeah, sometimes
most of the girls,
Sometimes I want you to spit in my mouth, and like that's a thing.
Hyro and I know.
Like it's
Hyro and I have been with a lot of crazy women.
Like I've found myself like watching porn sometimes, and it's like, oh my god, like look at that girl take that giant cock up her asshole. Yeah, and it's cool, but then other times I'm like, you know what? Not really feeling that. Kind of want some cuddles. Kind of want to, make some cookies.
Right.
And have sweet love made to me.
Well, I read an article. I read an article a long time ago about how women half the month want like the hair pulled, really intense stuff, and then during that menstruation, it's more cuddle with me. Be there for me.
I mean,
it varies.
It varies.
I know it varies. I can't say that because I can't say that about one girl I ever dated. But it's a scientific thing I read years ago.
But then there's the other one where it's like they want it rough, and until you're not rough, they're gonna get even rougher than you.
I know.
If I could play like devil's advocate though, just for a second, as it pertains to glory holes. I know if you're. I know that's the only time you're gonna ever hear somebody say, "Let me play devil's advocate."
If I can cape for glory holes for a moment.
I mean, if it's with like someone that you like, if it's like with your partner, then
you might as well go in the closet.
I could see it being like a sort of trust thing. Because you really don't know, like if you're putting your dick through a hole in the wall, you really don't know what she's gonna do with it. So,
I'd imagine
if I could,
you just come back and it's all crocheted.
What did you do? I made knitting patterns. Like I made you a sweater, so I didn't even know people actually went that far.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no.
That would be the best porn video ever.
Well, Dixie.
Oh my god, look at the way she's doing it. Look at that hand. Look at the hand
Look at those knots. Love it.
This is all I could find.
Ooh, let's go there after this.
It looks like a nice restaurant.
What you stick? I want to stick it in the donut.
The reason why that came with the way it is, don't let it fool you. The reason why it has the name Glory Hole Donut Holes is because in the bathroom it's there, but you still get donuts.
Wow.
That would be awesome if there was.
Well, that's funny. Let me stick it through. Let me get a dozen donuts.
Donuts on a stick. Just don't tell them you want them fried.
Oh no!
Whatever you do.
Yes, I don't want them fresh.
No, don't get it frosted.
2 hours old is fine.
Oh man.
I mean,
unless you're into that.
It takes a certain kind of person to overcome
a masochist.
That kind of
heat.
That kind of societal attitude that sex is supposed to be this one narrow, defined sort of way,
and it's not.
Open your mind.
There's people are that. Like, I mean, you could meet somebody who's into making love, and then suddenly it's like.
When they're out
oh, by the way, I like when they're out in public, they like their hair pulled and some Clockwork Orange shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask my girlfriend the next time I see her if she wants me to walk her around like on a leash.
But be gentle when we get home. That's all I
want. Oh my God! Take one step at a time, sir.
Oh.
You might find a lot.
I'm gonna go like right into the kink, like just immediately pull the lever.
I haven't even got the third base, and suddenly you're leading around like Dodo the dog.
I have like a dungeon now.
You're putting the cart before the fucking horse.
Yeah.
It's like the plot of 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah,
it's such a bad.
Wow.
Such a bad.
Yes.
Make sure she's tied up.
But I mean, in my defense, I'm a much better actor than that guy. I mean, come on.
You are. I'm about to say.
I've never been kissed. Do you want a kiss? No, I want you to put a leash on me.
Well, all right. That's fine.
Hey, what was your dad like?
Like, I have the provisions for that, but...
Paging Dr. Freud. Paging Dr. Freud.
Freud skips out. It's my time to shine. Yeah.
Holy shit.
All right. Well, we had a bunch of other segments planned, but this all became about sex.
When does it not?
This is trying to tell you to open up yourselves because this is.
Please be proud
Let
of who
your
you are.
freak flag fly.
Seriously.
That's it.
Don't let anybody
suppress yourself.
tell you that your sexuality or what you do in the bedroom is gross, because everybody in their own way has a unique sort of sexuality, and when you overcome that kind of repression and you're able to express it in an open and consensual way, the world just becomes a much better place. So
I don't know. I'm not.
That, and I feel like
I'm not that unique. I have a fetish for every part of the woman except her armpit.
Me, no, not the armpit, not the feet, and certainly.
You don't like legs?
Yo, I like
What about
legs,
elbows,
but
bro?
feet, yo, no feet. Just I see people with foot fetishes, and that's totally disgusting.
I don't know. To me, women's feet are so much cuter than men's feet are
Talks
gross.
about ears.
Yo, see.
Oh, don't get me started on
Look,
ears.
that whole-
Don't get
Wait,
me
you don't
started
suck
ears.
on you don't suck on the lobe when you're fucking her from
That's
here?
like the best part. That's like the best part. Oh, you're fucking up. You guys are fucking up.
When a girl, you know, when she touch your earlobe, just right there.
Yo, don't touch my ears.
Right here.
Don't touch my ears. No.
When we,
No.
and she,
Yo, look.
Do like the Dumbo shit.
okay, so
Because you're so cute.
Is this your alfalfa impression?
my last girlfriend, she would grab me by my ears
Whoa, what
and
the
then
hell?
pull me in and kiss me, and I thought that was like the sexiest thing.
Would she
ever.
do the
Really?
Dumbo song
That's a little
too?
too violent for me.
No,
Yeah,
but
it
she
really
wouldn't
does.
she wouldn't do it like.
Get over here, Dumbo!
She would softly just grab me by my ears and pull me closer.
Would she start
and I
softly
just-
singing, well, I've seen about everything. I've seen it.
No, it was just, I don't know. It was just great. I just thought it was just the cutest, adorable thing.
No, unless you want to remind me of my grandmother and mother with this whole sentence
Yeah.
over. You're not pulling me by my ears.
Because then you get flashbacks
that where you wear a hat?
and you're about to get beat. Like,
too, but
I
that's
understand
why I
that
don't like
too.
to pull my ears.
I want
That's
like
me.
I want like for serious, like when me and my girlfriend start having sex, like I want her to like one time do like one of those like ASMR things like right into my ear, like I'm gonna give you a 25% discount.
Oh my god.
Oh, shit!
You know what's funny? You know what? I was actually
Oh my god! Wow.
I was actually thinking about this recently.
Give you a gift card.
For BJ's. It's funny. Do you take debit or credit?
Oh, God!
I realized that the last time I made love to my ex, I realized that we shouldn't be doing this because we used to talk dirty to each other all the time. We'd smack each other. We were nasty. But so much shit has transpired that we shouldn't be doing it anymore, because the last time we were having sex, she whispered in my ear, she was like, "Say something dirty to me." And I said, "What? I feel I'm looking in her eyes and I don't recognize her anymore. It's like a weird kind of thing."
Yeah.
And she's like, "How tight am I?" And I was just sitting there, and I'm just like, "Tighter than OJ's glove?" And she just took my dick right out and said, "Fuck you."
If the glove don't fit,
And I had a rubber and a glove on. So.
Oh, man. Oh, man. See, I'm a sick fuck,
I know.
because if you bring up murders during sex, that's it. That's all I need.
That's
all I
you're
need.
into it.
Yeah. Gonna eat you out like Jeffrey Dahmer. Like, so great. So good.
into my brain hole.
Oh my god.
Wait, but that would be a
Oh
good
my
thing, though,
god.
because-
I'm gonna control your brain like Charles Manson.
But wait,
Drink the
wouldn't
punch.
You can put them as a count, like a body count, you know? Bring up murder case.
Aha! I get it.
All right, now we're getting really creepy.
We are.
We're over our limit.
old.
The mighty one. Are we out? Or are we out? Or do you want us to do more time? Rich, what's going on over there? I know both of you. Yes.
On that note, we are changing of the guards.
Changing of the
I gotta
guards.
say the golden question.
What's the golden question?
The golden question.
Hurry up, GameCube.
Is it okay to love yourself more than you love the world?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's called narcissism. And that's the show for today. We went from humanism to narcissism, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, this was our this was basically the sex show and the sexuality show.
Next week we'll talk about a little bit more boring shit.
Yeah, we're gonna
RNC,
talk about the
DNC.
RNC, the DNC. We're gonna have another installment of the X-Files.
We have a lot of great stuff planned.
Willis. Gin and tonic.
Of the gods,
Hieroglyphic. John Stewart. The Golden Question, The Golden Shower, and Michelangelo. Wazinski Skitskis. Berg. And signing out. Peace out, people.
Peace out.
Peace.